女の子に剣は触れないよ。
いずれまた相まみえましょう。
So this was a really good episode of my one-hit kill sister. I think there was a lot of different events and a lot of different reasons on why this one was a really good episode, but I think the main things were Asahi finally hit level 20. That's like a huge, big milestone for him. Now, I will admit to you, in the context of this world, I know he was level 10 before and now he's level 20. I don't know what that really means in comparison. So if we were to put him in a class rank, I know he's definitely not ogre class, but I don't quite know what him being level 20 means. The other thing is before he had stone throwing at like level 1 or 4 or something, very small level there. Did his stone throwing also get to go up as well? And then he gained light magic or affinity for light magic, and he got light magic level 1. So it's like, okay, well, why'd you go up to level 20, but then you gained this once level 1? And how do you kind of like continue to grow that? Is it just continual use? You know, there's a lot of different like stones that are left unturned, which is like kind of like not misinformation, but the lack of information that we simply get. Now, I'm excited that he got level 20. Don't quite know what that means in context of this world, but regardless, we know that he's growing in the right rate, which is really good. This episode also did focus on him getting closer to 𝐒𝐚𝐧𝐽, even though she didn't really get any screen time. The way that she acted for and towards Asahi definitely shows that her affection towards Asahi regardless is growing. The other main thing that we found out this episode, or that we got the pleasure of seeing this episode, was we got another character, or two characters specifically introduced to us. One had a side ponytail, and her name is Gloria Brigandine, and the other was a maid girl, and the maid girl's name is 𝐒𝐻, I believe, and essentially they're part of this other party who is Golem class, which is a level above Ogre class, which is like a 2 or 3 levels from God class, essentially. So it would be a higher ranking versus where Asahi quote-unquote is, and we can assume that Maya is like God class, or whatever the highest tier would be at this point. And the very long story short of it, just skipping right into the end of the episode, is she challenges Asahi a couple of different times. She suspects that he's lying, that he climbed the ranks inefficiently or dishonestly, which he absolutely did. So she challenges him, and her first challenge ends in her having a underwear showing, a little panty show going on, which causes her to be very embarrassed, and she formally goes ahead and challenges Asahi, which leads them to go into an arena battle, which leads to an event that he triggered with her. And overall, thankfully, with Asahi's level going up to 20, which is why I decided to talk about that first, he was able to dodge and bob and weave this girl, which, some may say like, oh, all he did was run away, but he was able to efficiently and effectively dodge this girl at every single corner. And I think that is a true showman, or a true show of what his power is reflective of currently, which is the ability for him to be able to go through and dodge all of these really, really hard moves from this person who is a higher class, way higher class than him. So I think that is indicative of where his level is, which I thought was really cool. And then he was able to bust out his light magic and then take his sword to her, make her drop her sword. So he was able to win a battle on his own. Now, did that actually do anything for his level? Probably not, but the fact is that definitely did do something for his inherent skills. Even if it is a little bit mousy, he was able to still pull off a win. And by him doing a win and him hitting the girl, because she was really pissed of like, why didn't you ever attack me? And he was like, oh, well, I can never raise my sword to a girl. It was all bullshit, but that causes her to blush and everything, because I suspect she's never been treated like a true girl like that. So she basically fell in love with Asahi, and just like he said, we're gonna say he added another odd girl to his mix. He now has 𝐒𝐚𝐽. He has Maya first and foremost, which is the oddest of the bunch. 𝐒𝐚𝐽. He has the Saint girl, the healer girl, and then now he has this Brigandine girl as well, this Gloria girl. So he has these 4 very odd female companions, as you'll call it. And the Saint girl is hilarious. She just keeps showing up and effing up his day. But this was just a really good episode. Really enjoyed it. I had a really good time watching it. I really laughed through a lot of the various different moments of this episode, especially when Saint girl showed up with the whole entire crowd. to witness him battle these gangsters or whatever. Overall, this is just a really enjoyable episode. And then, of course, I was treated to the ED, which I think is, like, I've told you guys 1,000 times at this point. I think it's the best ED of the season. It's just do. Every time I hear it, it just makes my day infinitely better. So, overall, really great episode. Really enjoyed everything that it had to offer here. Beautiful episode. Really enjoyed it. That's all I have to say. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments down below. 2 thumbs up. Who's best girl so far? To me, obviously, I still think Komaria is my favorite, but who's best girl to you now that we have 4 girls in the mix? For me, it goes Komaria, Maya, Saint Girl, New Brigandine Girl, and then right after is going to be the Guild Girl. That's kind of like, for me, so far. Actually, yeah, I think Guild Girl's probably the lowest on the totem pole there for me. So I think that's my ranking. What's your ranking? Let me know in the comments below. If you have nothing to say, drop me an emoji. And if anything, if you're new, definitely hit subscribe. All right, my friends, I'll see you guys next week for episode number 9.